All right. Karnak theme.
The next one, yeah, Karnak's theme, original ending.
Original ending. So this is the Karnak theme, which if you see the show, it's actually referenced quite a bit because every what we call bumpers, where the kids have these little potted biographies. Brooke did a great job of. They just have different. He matches the genre with the Karnak theme all the way through the show. So uh, you've got Ocean's theme, where she's describing her kind of hippie parents and everything like that, and it's kind of like a Fish kind of jam band kind of thing with
like a reggae
kind of vibe to it too, right? Very lava lamp kind of tie dye kind of vibe to it, right?
Yeah.
Stoner music, and then of course Noel's like very accordion-y. Misha's a super kind of stanky rap hip hop beat, right? Jane's, which is my favorite, which you actually hear on this album, is kind of, I always called it the Brontosaurus track because I just always visualized brontosauruses sticking their heads out of the mist, right? Constance is, of course, recorder. And then here is our kind of original ending. This is how the show actually ended in Canada. I think, like in almost every show, I think we added something new that didn't really work near the end, but this is how it ended, and I liked this ending. I mean, it was very it was very spooky.
So epic, and a little dark and sort of minor, and not sure what key it's in, and distorted drum beat and spooky. And even hearing it on the album is kind of funny because it kind of feels like it doesn't quite end either.
It's got a kind of massive attacky kind of vibe to it, kind of with the drum kits and the kind of. I think I'm holding out for this song to become the car commercial. So if BMW, no, it's a cool tune, and it's got a real mournfulness to it, and it obviously when we went to the States, it was the first thing they told us to look at, right? Because they were like, you probably should have a closing number in this show, right? You know what I mean? Not a right? You know what I mean?
And not that there's a formula by any means, but you don't typically we learned is you don't really want to leave the audience on a down.
Yeah, leave them on a down or ambiguous kind of like an ambiguous kind of, is that the end kind of ending?
Yeah. Right? You need a button. You need a button on your show, basically.
Yeah, initially that's the kids. Just basically, there was no Jane Doe coming back to life or anything like that. The kids just all kind of did their bit and basically said goodnight and just went off into oblivion or whatever, right? So so it was a bummer. But
but it's kind of but I bet honestly it speaks more to your and I personality. Like we like that, but we all we like where we landed, of course, too.
I like where we landed as well too. I mean, it's always funny if they'd always shoot two different endings they'd have the ending in the Hollywood movie that the entire world got, and then there was the Russian ending, right? So it like there's this famous there's a scene where like the guy, it's like the boat's sinking and his girlfriend's in the water, and then he swims up to her, and then they find each other in the water and they kiss, and it goes the end, right? And that's the world ending. And then the Russian ending was he just is about to get to her, and then they both drown, right? And then it's the end, right? So it's always
just bringing it back to the lightness of musical theater. The Little Shop of Horrors had that too, didn't they? Like their first ending was the plant wins and takes over, and then
I mean that's in the original stage show is kind of it ends with "Don't feed the plants," right? And basically everyone dies. I think Seymour dies, Audrey dies, everybody's dead, right? And the plants are gonna eat everything, and they're going to take over the world, and we're all doomed, right? And then it ends with this kind of 80s kind of song, right? You know what I mean? Even though everything else has been kind of "Don't feed the plants."
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
So initially Ashton and they basically everybody was dead, right? And
and again, we like that sort of melancholy. I like to listen to Radiohead, and I like to sort of feel that feeling. But
I like that kind of kind of unresolved ending, but
Yeah.
but then I also like kind of I get the idea that you kind of want to know if the show's over or not. Yeah.
Is this it, or is this
Yeah.
going to medley into something else now?
Yeah. Is this going to just kind of go on loop? They're going to start over again, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So
well, that's pretty much it. Like that's our album. I can't believe I'm super excited for this to come out. We've got some other little things that have to happen first, but hopefully hopefully by the time you're seeing this, I guess they'll hold it off to release it. But we hope you enjoy it, because we sure had a great time making it, not just this last summer, but also like over the last 12 years, or maybe 13, or maybe 14 years by the time you see this.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
like
15.
Like 15, 16 or anything like that.
20
Keep
years.
in mind, like, this wasn't the only thing we were doing for those years. But I'm very proud of it. It's just like saying it was staggered out, right? But yeah, and I think the most amazing thing about this show, I mean, by far it's the show I've worked the most on in my entire life, is it's kind of like I'm even surprised that it just never dies, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm even like okay, cool, it's done. Like when we first did it, I was like, yeah, it's done. And then somebody said, oh, do you want to do it again at the same theater? And we're like, yeah, sure, right, we'll do it again. And we tweaked, and then kind of just kept on getting people going, oh, do you want to do it here? And you're like, yeah, sure, we'll do it here. And then kind of it just kept on going, right? You know what I mean? So and I think that's and it's taken us to some really cool places. Right?
Yeah, and met some incredible people and great talents. It's been super great, and and a huge thanks to all the people who are like watching this and supporting the show and keeping it alive and keeping things weird. Whether you're like a theater goer or a theater practitioner, it's really nice to feel the support from all the weirdos. I don't know what we call fans of the Cyclone yet, but we're definitely those kind of weirdos too. So if you're thinking about creating stuff too, it's like, I mean, get weird. Follow your guts.
Proof that you can start something in kind of wherever, right? You know what I mean? And who knows where it'll go, right? You know what I mean? Here we are, Victoria, BC, and kind of it's just jumped all over the place, right? Mm-hmm. So if you've got a really crazy idea, just go forward, man. Yeah. Who knows, right?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Anyways, hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy the album. And
cool.
All the best from Brooke Maxwell and
Jacob Richmond. Awesome.
Should I point this way? I don't know. Should I?